Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Krititam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitāmṛtavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtādashodhyāyinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Shrimadbhagavadgita, the Bhakti Yoga 12th Adhyaya, and today with this reading of 20th Shloka of the day, we will be completing the 12th Adhyaya, and Sri Krishna is telling us, he is giving us actually a kind of chalking out path for us, what we should become to become exceedingly dear to the Lord. And Sri Krishna has told all those wonderful qualities of the devotee. In the last two verses that we read, he told us about having a balanced attitude towards pairs of opposites. Pairs of opposites like friends and enemies, and the honor and dishonor, then the heat and cold, the shitoshna, cold and heat, then sameness in happiness and unhappiness, in sukha dukkha, in joy and sorrow, and sangha vivarjitaha, remain detached, non-attachment. Don't get attached to anybody. And then again he told us in the 19th Shloka that we read that we should become tulya ninda stutihi mauni. Tulya ninda stuti. We should be balanced. If somebody praises us, if somebody censures us, we should not get perturbed, or we should not get elated, we should not get angry, or we should not rejoice over the praises. We should not get angry over ninda, the censure, or we should not get rejoiced over the whole mountains of praises showered upon us. And then we should be mauni. Be silent. There is no need to create, all that blabbering, and I can do this, I can do that, I have done this, I am a great devotee of the Lord. There is no need to, open the mouth at all. Just keep everything shut. And this also has, in fact, another a meaning attached to it. Silent is indrawn. There is no need to go out, because speaking, seeing, all these things, they are kind of, they make us outbound. They make our senses go out. But silence is drawing in the senses, like the tortoise draws its limbs in and sits silent when any danger comes. Now here, in the danger of all these worldly temptations and getting attached to all these enjoyments, it is better to remain silent, just indrawn. That also could be the meaning of that word mauna that Sri Krishna wants us to become. Be indrawn. Don't be over-expressive. And santushtaha, contented. Yena kena chit, contented towards everything that comes to you. Anything that comes to you, remain contented. And then aniketaha, live like a person who is blissfully sitting under that tree and saying, this is my world, this is my home, this is my palace. Aniketa, we need not have a grand palatial place to stay in. We can be as comfortable under a tree. We can be as comfortable under a hut. We can be as comfortable under any kind of roof. Aniketa. The homeless, for that matter, as good as homeless. And sthiramatihi, steady-minded. Such a bhaktiman, such a person who is carrying great devotion for me, who is full of devotion, bhaktiman, such a person is dear to me. So that was Sri Krishna's telling us again and again how you can become dear to me. And now in this 20th shloka that we are going to read, Sri Krishna is going to tell us that person who is exceedingly dear to me, how that person behaves overall. Sri Krishna says, Ye tu dharmyāmṛtamidaṃ yathoktaṃ paryupāsate śraddadhānā matparamā bhaktāste'tīva me priyāḥ. Bhaktaha atīva me priyāḥ. That devotee is exceedingly dear to me. All other places he has said, yes, he is very dear to me, he is close to me. But here Sri Krishna says that devotee, Bhaktaha te atīva me priyāḥ, he is exceedingly beloved to me. What kind of bhakta? Sri Krishna says, Ye tu dharmyāmṛtamidaṃ, amrutam idam, dharmyāt amrutam idam. This, the nectar-like dharma teachings, yathoktaṃ paryupāsate, yathoktaṃ, that I have told you all the while. One who paryupāsate, one who follows, one who adheres to all these amrutam idam dharmyāt, the immortal. Amrita is immortal, the nectar-like. Amrita basically is nectar which gives us immortality. And Sri Krishna says, one who follows, one who adopts this way of dharma that I have told just now, which is like an immortality. Śraddadhānā, with full of Shraddha, with full of faith and devotion, with full of surrendering nature. With full sharanagati, śraddadhānā matparamā, who considers me as supreme with all the Shraddha, not just formality sake saying Lord is the supreme. No, one who believes this in the heart of heart and with the great Shraddha. Again, I am telling you, there is no English translation or word meaning of the word Shraddha as such. It is kind of a combination of all the faith, devotion, and love and affection, reverence, all these qualities clubbed together with deep intensity. These are not superficial. All these qualities ingrained with deep understanding. These are not superficial, intense they are. That is Shraddha, faith, feeling of surrender, feeling of offering oneself, offering us to the Lord, feeling of devotion. All these intensely clubbed together forms the Shraddha. And Sri Krishna says, one who considers me to be the ultimate supreme being with all this great Shraddha, Bhaktaha te atīva me priyāḥ, that bhakta, that devotee is exceedingly dear to me. And here Sri Krishna ends his discourse on how one can become a great bhakta. Shraddha is a common factor to all the forms of spiritual practice, whichever form we may take, whether it is meditation, whether it is ritualistic worship, whether it is sacrificial, conducting sacrificial acts of yajna and others. Unless and until the performer has Shraddha deep into it, no result comes through. And same the importance of Shraddha is there in terms of the path of Bhakti also. So whichever path we choose, Shraddha has to be there for the Lord. Whether it is path of ritualistic worship, whether it is part of sacrificial acts, whether it is part of meditation, or whether it is path of devotion, bhakti. Have that Shraddha and consider the Lord to be supreme and follow the path, follow this immortal path that the Lord has so lovingly told us, so compassionately told us. Once we follow that, we become exceedingly priyāḥ, we become exceedingly beloved of the Lord. On the ground of his holding the Lord as supreme goal, the devotee does not abandon work. Like Sri Ramakrishna says, discharge your duties, but fix your mind at the holy feet of the Lord. With full Shraddha, with full devotion, with full faith, with full bhakti, be devoted to the Lord. He holds fast to the practice of dharma, and such a devotee, he then truly follows. Then he truly paryupāsate the yathoktaṃ. This, what Lord has told us just now, he follows that path of immortal dharma, of that nectar-like teaching of the Lord which is leading us to our immortality. Dharmyāmṛtamidaṃ. It is also called, this path of immortality is also called Sanatana Dharma because it is there existent ever. It cannot come into existence from somewhere. It is ever existent, Sanatana Dharma. This is immortal Dharma. He who conforms to Dharma never comes to grief or destruction. So naturally, one who is abiding by the words of the Lord, who is following the advice of the Lord, by which way any discomfort, any displeasure, any destruction come to him or her. That is just impossible. Now, on this particular thing, Sri Ramakrishna has given us a very beautiful and a deep teaching on the bhakti aspect as such. Now, since the Bhakti Yoga has come to an end with this 28th Shloka of Sri Krishna telling us that those who follow this teaching of mine, which I have just now, given a discourse on this great immortal dharma, one who follows this and with great Shraddha considers me to be the supreme being, is exceedingly dear to me. On this, Sri Ramakrishna says, Bhakti is of two kinds, Vaidika Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. There are two kinds of devotions for that matter. One is Vaidik and one is Prema. Now, Vaidik Bhakti, to conform to the injunctions of the scripture, to chant the name of the Lord as many times as prescribed, to fast and pray, to go on pilgrimage, to perform ritualistic worship with the aid of enjoined materials, all these belong to the former kind of Vedic Bhakti. Vedic Bhakti includes all this. Doing japa 108 times, 1008 times, 10,008 times, or sitting for meditation and doing the ritualistic worship, offering flowers, offering fruits, offering leaves, offering cloth to the Lord, doing the formal worship with those prescribed ingredients. Now, in the ritualistic worship, there are practices prescribed with say 5 ingredients or 16 ingredients, and one who performs that, all such kind of worships, even if done with great Shraddha, yes, these also attain the same goal, but they come under the category of Vedic Bhakti because there is some protocol attached to it, adhered to it. These have certain instructions, some prescriptions. This is how it is to be done. So there is a standard operating procedure. We go on pilgrimage. That is also a Vedic Bhakti. We go on pilgrimage, taking darshan of this god, that goddess, visiting this temple, visiting that tirtha. These are also form of Bhakti, but they come under the category of Vedic Bhakti. Now, an earnest pursuance of these means leads the devotee into natural. Now, all these types of Vaidhi Bhakti that Sri Ramakrishna has told us. That following those procedures, the Prema Bhakti starts. The Prema Bhakti crops up in the mind, and Prema Bhakti doesn't need any of these formal procedures. Earnest pursuance of these Vedic Bhakti leads the devotee ultimately to the latter of the Prema. The Prema Bhakti, in which there is no place for any kind of earthly attachment. You don't need any flowers, you don't need any leaves, you don't need any formalities for that matter. It is absolutely informal. It is absolutely personal devotion. It is a personal communion between the devotee and the Lord, between the child and the mother. The Bhakta gives himself over entirely to the Lord. Now there is no offering of flowers, there is no offering of any other sacrifices. What is the sacrifice? The sacrifice is Bhakta, the devotee, offers himself or herself to the Lord. I am yours, do whatever you want to me. I don't have a separate existence from you. I am in you, you are in me. Now you do whatever you want to do with me. I am all yours, O my Lord. That is the ultimate sacrifice a devotee can have and attain the state of Prema Bhakti. This wholehearted offering is graciously accepted by the Lord, and the devotee becomes his own. Till the time we are doing the formal worship, the ritualistic worship, there is some kind of, a distinction between the Lord and me. Lord is there, I am here, I am offering water, I am offering these oblations, I am offering flower, I am offering this food. All these things a devotee is offering to the Lord. But ultimately in the Prema Bhakti, that is the ultimate of the Bhakti Yoga. That is the ultimate that Sri Krishna has told us in that last shloka. That one who considering me as a supreme gets devoted to me with the full Shraddha. And what Sri Ramakrishna has said, that once having attained that state of Prema Bhakti, when the devotee offers himself or herself as oblation to the Lord, here Lord, take me in your arms. Mother, take me on your lap. I am there, that's it. You are there, that's it. There is no other third worldly element between two of us. There is no other third earthly element between us. So it is me and my Lord. It is the child and its mother. So that is what happens when one reaches the pinnacle on this path of devotion. That as Sri Krishna has said, that then with Shraddha one starts considering me as the supreme. Having followed my teachings given in this immortal dharma, yetu dharmyāmṛtamidaṃ yathoktaṃ paryupāsate. One who follows the teachings told by me on this immortal dharma through my nectar-like words to attain that immortality, and śraddadhānā matparamā, one who with all the Shraddha offering oneself to me, considering me to be the supreme. Bhaktāste'tīva me priyāḥ. That bhakta is exceedingly beloved to me. So that was the beautiful Bhakti Yoga. Although Bhakti Yoga is one of the smallest adhyayas, the chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, just 20 slokas. But these are filled with the devotion. Each and every shlok of the Bhakti Yoga, it gives us some kind of target, some kind of goal of what we should be. First in terms of the path to reach the God, and then the attributes, the qualities, the traits that we should develop within ourselves, that we should evolve within ourselves, all the traits that Sri Krishna has told us. And once we get into that state of Prema Bhakti, and then as Sri Ramakrishna said, that the devotee, we offer ourselves to the Lord, then we need not offer any prasada, any flower, any fruit, water, leaf, nothing. Just we become the oblations to the Lord, and here, Lord, accept me, I am yours. So that is the end of our reading of the 12th chapter. Iti Shrimadbhagavadgitasupanishatsu Brahmavidyayaam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishhnarjunasamvade Bhakti Yogo Naam Dwadashodhyayah. In the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Brahman, the Supreme, the science of yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, this is the 12th discourse, 12th chapter, designated as the Yoga of Devotion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishnarpanastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.